being healthy, being active, and being together.
Freedom. When I'm out walking, fresh air, some hills.
What makes me happy? Being with my wife, of course. We've been very, very happy.
Lots of things make me happy. Just life, I just love life.
Everything about life, good or bad, makes me happy because that's what we're here for.
I love watching cricket. That's my main love in life, is watching cricket. And when my husband was alive, we used to go, when the Ashes were on, we used to go around the country to each venue.
One Sunday, I decided to go back to church, and there was a lady there. As I looked at her, it came to me, that lady is single, she is for you. And I just happened to see one of my next door neighbours. She said to Christine, he's fallen madly in love with you. And she said to him, tell him to clear off.
My father was an athlete, and I just grew up with athletics, and I started running when I was 12, and I only actually stopped competing when I was about 70.
I met a guy called Herb Nelson who ran a film stunt team. And he said, why don't you come and join us? And we had a ball. Get behind the wheel of a car driving through Sydney at 80 mile an hour legally. It was great fun.
My parents, June and John Grant, had bought an apartment here. Sadly, my father passed away. They had a beautiful 5-bedroom, our family home, because there's 14 of us when we all get together with grandchildren and partners. And it just wasn't a usable space anymore. So now my mum's actually moving into somewhere like this. It's an absolute dream.
We did see this on the internet and I thought, oh, I'd love to live there. It's the first time I ever thought, oh, I'd love to live there. And then I thought, oh no, I'm not used to this sort of level of luxury. I don't deserve to live there. And sort of cast it to one side.
In the bin.
In the bin. And again, daughter-in-law really took me to task and said, think about it. And it came out of the bin again and had another look and thought, yes, I really would love to. Yes, we would love to live there. Yes. And that's how it all started.
The concept looked amazing, so we came down to have a look and we were just smitten, we just couldn't resist not coming here,
We never sort of came up with a written plan as we need this, we need this, we need this, we need this. But as we were walking around here and as we were driving around the area, we said, oh, I like that, and I like that, and I like that, and I like that. And there was nothing that's really come with I don't like it, So it's ticking a lot of boxes we never even realised were there.
I just like to go out of the door and just see fields and trees and stuff like that. I just like the open countryside, really.
There's everything here that as I get older and weaker, everything's laid on. And if I need healthcare, it's here, so I don't need to move anywhere else, which is a great thing to me. I don't want to keep, I don't like the idea of what I call an old people's home, all sitting around, and that's not my cup of tea. So I can stay in my home and everything can be done here.
There is someone here 24 hours a day, and so for us as children, that's fantastic. You can't ask for anything more, and it's luxurious. And she deserves it, she's 80.
We want to create in Rangeford a place where you can live the life you want as you get older. And that means a life that's optimistic, a life that's fulfilling, and it's surrounded by the things that you want to do, not the things you're told you have to do because of the environment you live in. Rangeford's building vibrant communities for older people throughout the UK. The first one is Wadswick Green, which is near Bath, and the principle is that all the spaces we're creating will be lovely, stunning places for people to live in. And this comes from a personal experience I had. My mother had a medical event that meant that she couldn't go and live in the house she'd always lived in. And suddenly you've then got a very short period of time to to find somewhere suitable for her. And in her case, it was a residential care home, which was something she really didn't want. I looked at that and I just thought, there's got to be a better way.
What Rangeford are doing is trying to define a new way for people in their 60s to live. Different to anything that's gone before. They're a different generation. They're healthier, they're wealthier, they expect more from life, and what we're doing is trying to provide that. You start by saying, how do you want to live? How do you want your flat to be organised? What's the right place for the bedroom, the living room, the kitchen? What's the right shape and size? And once you've established that, you then join them together and put an envelope around them. Now, most people start by saying, this is a nice, cheap, simple, rectangular building. How many flats can I squeeze into it? And it's a very, very different attitude and approach. The first time you visit, I think the things that you'll really notice are the space, the light, the views, the ambition of the place, the modern qualities, the new way of living. I want them to feel they've come somewhere they never realised existed, but they actually want to be.
The more I heard about the project, the more, in love with it I fell, and the bug bit, and I was, hooked. It is something that I now feel extremely passionate about delivering the promise, So what we're trying to create at Wadswick Green is an environment where people feel like we are an extension of their own home. It gives people the choice. It gives people the opportunity to be as involved and as active as they want to be. The service that we will be providing ultimately is about you. It's about the customer. It's about the resident.
I mean, the relationships that are formed, between the care department and homeowners and clients are really, really amazing ones. And of course, it just becomes almost like family. The key thing for us as the care department is making sure, number one, that it's totally bespoke, it's totally tailored for the individual, but also it's very discreet. I couldn't be prouder to say that I am a part of this team, as corny as that may sound, but I genuinely am.
I can't wait to phone up and say, Mum, I'm going to pop over tomorrow, and for her to say, oh no, I'm with Sheila, I'm with Marilyn. We're popping out, we've got afternoon tea, and I will be, job done. That is perfect, that is what I want. I want to phone up and for her to be busy.
So I'm entering a new phase now, you see, and I'm going to learn new hobbies and do different things.
It sounds a bit sort of highfalutin, but I had thought I might like to try and write a sort of book.
I like to dabble in watercolour, and I don't think I'm very good, but people see in some of my paintings, they seem to like some of the things that I do.
When I'm here, I haven't lost my independence and I can still carry on as before. So it's quite good I've been able to do it while I can, because so many people leave it too late to do this sort of thing.
I think the Rangeford setup is brilliant, and I think the people that they've got running it are fantastic.
It doesn't feel like retirement living as we know it in England. It's a whole different thing. It's just got everything, really.
You can compare lots of assisted living and retirement villages, but you can't compare Wadswick, because this is the only place that I've actually been and thought, I'd love to see my mum and dad there. I'm one happy daughter.